Hello and welcome to another FPL video. How are you all doing? I hope you are well. We are about a week away from the GW17 deadline. So today I'm gonna share with you guys my current FPL draft, or drafts rather. So at the moment I have two drafts that I think I will start the GW17 with one of those two. So this is the team from the first video that I did about GW17 about a week ago. So this is the first draft and how it looked back then. So since then there have been some friendlies and some team news coming out about injured players and things like that, and also teams like England and Portugal that have a lot of Premier League players in their squads got eliminated from the World Cup. So that just puts, for example, players like Walker, Shaw, Harry Kane, players that if England got to the semi-finals would not have been available for GW17, but with their elimination these players I believe will be ready to go for GW17. Now one more thing I forgot to mention the last video is that I don't know if you guys have heard about this or not, but we have couple of double game weeks coming up. So if we look here, game week 19 is the first double game week. So Chelsea have a double game week. They play Man City and Fulham, and also Fulham have a double game week against Leicester and Chelsea. Then game week 20, Spurs and Man City have a double game week in game week 20, and then I believe game week 22 or 23 maybe Arsenal have another double game week, and City as well. So yeah, those are the teams with double game weeks coming up, and that should be into our consideration. At least it is in mind. Now, like I said, I have two drafts for game week 17 currently, and the first one, let's start with the one that's similar to this one. So the first draft, I don't have many changes from this. So basically the team is pretty much the same as here. The only difference is I did end up without Martin Odegaard, and I decided to go for Marcus Rashford instead of him. Reason being, Rashford's fixtures are slightly better in my opinion, the first three at least. So United have three amazing fixtures coming up, two home games against two promoted teams, and away game against Wolves. And then for the 20 and 21 fixtures, basically the plan is to transfer out Marcus Rashford for a most likely, I'm not sure, it's still early, but most likely for a Newcastle attacker, for Almiron for example. Rather, if we look at Odegaard's fixtures, so he has West Ham at home and Newcastle at home and Brighton away. So West Ham and Newcastle are known to be teams that don't concede that many goals this season and that many chances, so I'm not sure that going for a double up on Arsenal for these three fixtures is the better move. I would rather go for the double up on Man United with Rashford and Martial. And the other change, so we have 4.3 in the bank with this draft, and I can get for those money I can get Fofana as a bench player or as a 4.3 Chelsea defender. So when he's fit and ready to go, he's going to be an amazing player to own. He's very low owned and very low priced, and I think he will have his spot nailed as long as Chelsea keep 3 their formation with 5 at the back. So hopefully he's not still long away from the team, so I'm waiting for team news for that. So yeah, this is the first draft. I like this draft. I think it will do very good. So basically it's gonna come down to Chelsea team news. So as you can see, Kepa and Fofana both have yellow flags. So in case some of these players are injured, or if Kepa isn't starting and things like that, I have one more draft, and that second draft is basically players from the same teams, but slightly rotated around. So basically the second draft is like this. So I would remove Salah and Martial, and instead of those two players I will get Darwin Núñez up front. Reason being, Diogo Jota and Luis Diaz have both been ruled out for some time, for a couple of months, so that basically puts Núñez as the nailed-on striker. And I was looking at the captaincy and which gimmicks I would not captain Haaland, and basically the only gimmick I would probably not captain him is gimmick 19, and Salah has Brentford away in 19. Okay, that's a good fixture, but I would rather have a Man United player to captain it in that game week, and that Man United player would be Bruno Fernandes. So I would rotate around the two players, and I would have Bruno as a captain against Bournemouth at home at game week 19. So that's a great fixture, and with Ronaldo not in the team anymore, I expect Bruno to go back to his old ways. Plus he's going to be on penalties as well. So if I rotate these two players around, I have 0.8 left in the bank, and in that case I can also rotate Kepa and Luke Shaw, and that allows me to get David De Gea and Marc Cucurella from Chelsea. So as you can see, 0.0 in the bank, so I can't afford this. Now this draft I like very much as well. So if we look at David De Gea, basically he has two hard fixtures in which I would not like to play him, and other than those, in the rest of the coming up fixtures he looks good to own. Now in game week 20 and 21 I can rotate around for Danny Ward against Nottingham Forest and Brighton at home, and Marc Cucurella, he has great fixtures coming up, so double game week as well. And the only potential problem with this draft at the moment is Ben Chilwell. So I'm not sure when he is coming back from his injury. Until he's back, Cucurella is nailed. So if Chilwell is out for a couple of months, then I most likely will go with this draft. I think I slightly favor this one over the first one. Maybe I'm leaning towards like 60-40% towards this one. Now the two major concerns with these two drafts. First, I won't have Cancelo, so I decided to go with Walker and hope that he will start playing games like he did before the injury. So as you can see, at the beginning of the season he was nailed, and hopefully that will repeat now as well. And also, as you can notice, I have no Newcastle attackers in both of the drafts, but I have a plan for them. So basically, if we look at Newcastle, in the first 3 games they play a Leicester away and Arsenal away, so 2 hard away fixtures. Now Leicester away was a 2, now they switched it to a 3, so they realized it's a harder game than it originally was set at. So those 2 are hard fixtures against 2 good defenses, and I don't really expect Newcastle to score that many goals in those 2. Okay, Leeds at home is going to be scary, fair enough, but the plan for me is, like I said, after those 3 fixtures from game week 20, I'm going to most likely get Almiron in for Rashford, or maybe for Mount after his double game week and things like that. So yeah, so as you can see, I have attackers from very different teams. So I have Arsenal, Spurs, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United. So the funds are currently spread around, and the plan is to wait and see which teams look good after the break, which teams look compact and dangerous, and then jump on their players. So rather than own 3 Arsenal and 3 Man City players right now and potentially choose the wrong ones. So yeah, that's the plan. If I'm honest, it all comes down to Chelsea fitness updates. So they have a bunch of players, defenders especially at the moment, that are yellow flagged, and it's gonna come down to which one of those players will be fit for the game week. So we are currently waiting for team news, and yeah, I will most likely update you guys one more time before the game week about the final team. It's going to be one of these 2, I'm almost sure of it, and we'll see which one will it be. And I will also update you guys on the captaincy and things like that. So I will probably try like a shorts video, we will see. And yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you before the GW17 deadline. Peace.